This week, Taurus, you pulled that death will come, mortal, finite, and fragile. And then from chakra wisdom, you pulled confusion. Now, when I look at the two, basically what it's saying is that life is too short for you needing to have an outcome, needing to have an immediate outcome. That's kind of where confusion is coming through. For some of you, it could just simply be, having confusion on how do you make the most of everything? How do you make the most of everything that's going on right now if you don't have the answers that you need, so to speak? But again, being in that state of confusion is what brings enlightenment. Now, that death will come. The blessing says, knowing that we have one lifetime at a time to make changes, learn lessons, and move closer to the true purpose of our soul is a blessing. Knowing that each lifetime must not be wasted and is precious is a gift that compels us to lead lives of meaning. And then working with this card says, it is time to honestly create meaning in each day and to choose to make the very best of the time that you have. Every day is a gift to make it count. It is time to live more fully and to make a list of what your dreams and plans are. It is time to know that in whatever way you feel trapped, you are killing yourself before life is taken from you. Kill the thing that is killing you. And what's killing you is the confusion, and that bothers me a little bit now with confusion. The inspiration says, through the willingness to be in confusion, we find clarity. There is nothing to solve. Meditation and quiet time will bring clarity. The personal question says, can I see confusion as a good thing? Can I learn to let go of needing an immediate outcome? And then the key ideas are allowing confusion, spiritual support, consequences of actions, and finding love. So basically between the two, again, life is too short to need an immediate outcome on a situation. Unfortunately, it may be something that you're not going to receive. You may not get the answers that you're needing this week through whatever difficult situations that, you may be dealing with. But regardless, that death will come is saying that life is too short to be wasting on that. All right, Taurus, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. And, you guys aren't the only ones to pull this here. Jeez, the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups being your signifier is talking about some emotional pain that you may be dealing with. And unfortunately, with confusion showing up, it's saying that you're not getting, the outcome that you had expected. You're not getting the answers that you need to clear this up. The other thing with the Five of Cups, other than, emotional devastation, it's, feeling like you received less than what you had expected or less than what you deserve, though, too. Looking at the Three Cups that are spilled, but not seeing what you still have. Again, not all is lost here. But it being the signifier is saying that, there's some emotional junk that needs to be cleared up. And it makes sense why confusion is there. But then at the same time, the emotional hurt, again, could be because you're not getting the answers that you need. In the past, the Nine of Wands. So, and that makes sense. Now, with the Nine of Wands, though, I worry, though, with the Five of Cups being here, like you're looking for, another battle that you're going to have to go through. That's kind of where paranoia comes through. The Nine of Wands, though, being on guard, right? But there's persistence there, though, too. It's saying that you do still have some fight left in you. But I'm seeing somebody who's been through so much, it's still affecting you to the point where, you're ready for the next battle, and unfortunately there may not be one, but, because of what you've been through, that's where the on guard feeling is coming through. Now, in the present, the Seven of Cups and not knowing the best way out of it. Jeez. Now, the Seven of Cups, looking at that in the present, you're talking about fantasy, right? Wishful thinking, being in fantasy land. But when I look at this one, especially in this deck, I think of somebody who doesn't see clearly how to get from point A to point B. When you got the Five of Cups there, it's definitely emotional disorganization. Not seeing clearly what the best option is, on moving forward, and it's difficult. Just with the Three, it's difficult. I see you being on guard, but not really knowing how to move forward, and unfortunately still dealing with hurt emotions. Future conditions, strength. So you're going to have to start pulling on your inner strength when it comes to moving forward, especially if you're not receiving an outcome. It's almost like not receiving closure with confusion being there. But again, that death will come. Life is too short to, constantly worry about, needing to have closure on a situation, which is difficult though. To me, I feel like that's bullshit. I would want to have closure on a situation so I can move forward. But, unfortunately, and again, with Taurus being a fixed sign, it may be hard to do that, especially when there are hurt emotions surrounding a situation. But strength is saying that in future conditions, you're going to have to start pulling on that strength. This isn't something that you can't overcome. It's just, needing to overcome the need to have that immediate outcome. Your best path to follow, and, you and Pisces pulled this here. Now, looking at the Queen of Wands as the best path to follow is talking about you needing to have confidence in yourself. And that's basically what it comes down to, confidence in the choices that you make and how you manage these situations. Especially if you've been hurt. Instead of focusing on the emotional hurt, it's, time to start focusing on, feeling better about yourself. I see that very much with the Queen of Wands. This is somebody who's exciting. They're fun to be around. They, get attention. They're confident, and that's what you need right now, being your best path to follow. But yeah, I do think that for some of you, you may have been hurt and you need to have closure on it. But unfortunately, I don't think that you're getting it, not with the Seven of Cups being there. But regardless, you need to have strength in moving forward here and have a little bit more confidence in you and your environment, the Two of Swords. And it goes right back to the Seven, not, knowing what choice you need to make here, and it's becoming a difficult decision because you don't have clarity on it. The Two of Swords, needing to make a difficult decision. The other part, though, too, being directly connected with the Nine of Wands, you're talking about somebody who has got, their emotions on guard. They're blocking themselves off. Because I see that, especially with the heart hanging here. And then not only that, but traditionally when you see this card, there's water in the background. And then you have the Seven of Cups. And it all makes sense to me. Especially if, you've been hurt and you're still dealing with that. I would be blocked off too. But, the decision needs to be made to act. But unfortunately, it's like right now, in the present moment, there isn't a whole lot of clarity on how to move forward. And I do think that for, again, a lot of you, it's going to have to do with needing to have closure on a situation. Okay, so now the King of Pentacles, being in your hopes and fears, I feel both. I feel both. When you're talking about you, Taurus, the King of Pentacles definitely is what you need to hope to be like, being practical, being a little bit more grounded and more practical about the situation instead of being caught up in, the emotional garbage. Now, on the other hand, as far as hopes and fears, I do see court cards there as having to do with another person here. And this may be somebody who, looking at the personality of the King of Pentacles, may be a little bit more focused on their career than you, which is where, the emotional pain is coming through. But then looking at strength, I do feel, though, that for a lot of you, it is about you needing to have more confidence in yourself and, your ability to create success in your life, looking at the King of Pentacles. But me being grounded and thinking practically, I don't so much feel like, you need to give any more time and resources to anything. Because if you do, it's going to be into emotional junk. But on the other hand, the King of Pentacles, though, too, you may be dealing with somebody who is more interested in what you have rather than, wanting to correct any pain that may have been caused, so to speak. And, I'm looking at the Two Swords underneath that, and you needing to make a difficult decision on how to move forward, possibly with this person who may have hurt you in a way that made you feel like a lack of confidence. And again, strength, right? Needing to have strength to move forward. But being, more confident in yourself, though, too, at the same time. Oh, shit. And then the outcome, the Ten of Swords. So, yeah, needing to have strength through a painful ending and possibly a painful ending when it comes to a relationship with somebody, whether it's family, whether it's work. It just depends here with the King of Pentacles, but you're needing to make a difficult decision here to possibly end things, but it's going to be a very painful ending. And then you have the emotional backing of the Five of Cups. But strength being there is saying that you can get through this. You know, even if this is the hardest choice you've ever had to make, again, it is the ending of pain, right? The Ten of Swords is saying that it is the end of this painful cycle. It does open back up into clarity, which, you know, strength, again, needing to have strength to do this. When you're looking at the Ten of Swords and you're looking at the Devil, it's going to be a painful thing that is happening here, but you can't attach yourself to any more negativity. It's got to be done with, whatever the Devil is representing, whether it's a person or bad habits. Either way, it's got to be over with. It has to be done with, because you are trapped. You are trapped with things that are stripping you of hope. And when you're looking at, you know, the Four of Cups next to that, for some of you, you know, being emotionally detached because of it and going into apathy. The other thing, though, too, is not, you know, seeing a better offer, you know, because of the Four of Cups. It's like, you know, there's got to be something better than this. There has to be, but emotionally being just blah from the entire situation, which makes sense. Now, with the Five of Wands coming out of that, though, you need to be careful about whatever inner conflicts are happening with you, though, too. You know, you're going to have to pull on your inner strength here and get control of the situation. With the Five of Wands, right, and especially with the Devil and the Ten of Swords, it's the ending of conflict. You know, the Five of Wands is a little bit better than the Five of Swords, you know, and seeing this come out, I just think that it's the inner conflict that's happening with you, especially in, you know, you needing to make the difficult choice to end the bullshit. Basically what it comes down to. You know, but again, needing to pull on that inner strength, whatever that Five of Wands is, whether you're dealing with competition or conflict, it has to be done with, you know. And I've always said with the Five of Wands too, it's different than the Five of Swords. You have the ability to get control over this. You're either going to have to step up or step down. It's one of the two, right? And with strength being there, you're going to have to step up and take control of whatever conflict is going on in your life. But you gotta let go. Like, you have to let go. You may not ever get closure on this situation, and things may end up really badly, but that's okay. You know, again, life is too short to be, you know, constantly stuck with these situations. But again, it's a lot easier said than done. You know, but the best advice to you is to get, you know, that confidence back in yourself, regardless of whatever pain you're dealing with or whoever hurt you. You're going to have to make the choice here to end the situation and stop, you know, fantasizing about what could be. Because the Seven of Cups is saying that, you know, you're not thinking clearly on the best option forward. And that's why you can't make the choice that you know you need to make. And that's the kicker with the Two of Swords. You know you need to do it, but it's like there's avoidance almost with the Seven of Cups. Damn it, Taurus. This one's difficult. You know, and I understand, like, I totally understand being on guard and ready for another battle, but then at the same time, you know, the wishful thinking is not going to help you make the choice that you know you need to make. You're going to have to do it. Like, you have to do it. It's going to be difficult and it's going to be painful, but what you're ending is whatever it is that is stripping you of hope and putting you in, you know, that emotional, like, dumpster. Because between the 5 and the 4, that's garbage. You know, nobody should ever have to feel that way. Damn it, Taurus. All right, we're going to take a look at the soul trees to see what other messages there are for you guys. This one bugs me. Mystery. Stuck. In the root chakra. Getting more grounded. Needing to get more grounded. I swear to God. When you're looking at stuck, you're stuck because of the confusion, the mystery that's surrounding the situation. Mystery is also talking about looking at the mystery in life and, you know, appreciating that. But the problem is with stuck being there. You know, the mystery is what is happening with the confusion and not having the immediate outcome, and you're stuck in it, which is why that death will come is showing up. You got to get more grounded. Like, you have to get more grounded. You know, and even if that means getting a little bit angry here with strength, so be it. But, you know, you're moving forward in a way where, you know, there's some gentle force, but then at the same time, I feel like you should be angry about this, which I get, but, you know, you're going to have to get control over the emotional garbage, because it is. Like, I can't stress it enough. That's garbage. You know, you've got all the difficult emotional cards here. It sucks ass, and it's stripping you of hope. You know, it's bad, right? You need to get unstuck and you need to get more grounded. You know, I mean, basically is your root chakra is stuck. And it's because there's no clarity on, the ending. Like, again, I feel like some of you are needing closure in a situation in a big way. All right, Taurus, we're going to take a look at Whispers of Love to see what messages we can get for you guys in terms of love and relationships. But, again, the Queen of Wands, right? And even the King of Pentacles, regardless of whoever hurt you, you got to get, back into feeling confident and being more grounded. Listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but need to listen with a loving heart. And then love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth, which can be hard when, especially you've been hurt and possibly by somebody else and you needing to make the difficult decision to stop it, especially when you're looking at the Ten of Swords. But, for some of you, it's you needing to really start to listen to, what is happening for you in terms of your relationship. For those of you who are in a good relationship, this could just have to do with work. You know what I mean? Or a family relationship. But as far as romantic love goes, you need to start listening. My husband says it to me all the time. Are you hearing me? I know you're listening, but are you actually hearing what I'm saying? Right? And then it's important to remember that love is always around you. Even though, you may not be feeling it in the present moment, there's always that possibility to have love return back into your life. But are you listening to that? But difficult. It's difficult, Taurus. It's you're riding a wave right now. You're going through good times and then extremely difficult ones. And, you're just kind of riding that wave out. But I do think that coming out, you're going to have to make that choice there. You're either going to stay stuck with the painful things, the things that are stripping you of hope, or, you're going to make the difficult decision to end it. And even if it happens in a painful way for you, ultimately here again with the Five of Wands, you're either going to have to step up or step down. But with strength being there, I feel like you step up here. If you've got to get angry, so be it. Whatever it takes to get you moving. Don't expect an outcome anymore because confusion is saying that you're not going to get the closure you need and life is too short.